What we've got here is the top part of a laundry steaming press for use on garments or fabric. Obviously just the top bit. These must be some racket of some kind with a hinge or something on there so they can lift this thing up. I'm not sure quite how the steaming side of things works. There are two inlets on this side, one here and one up that end, but this is a hollow chamber here, and it's in because it's leaking, and these are mighty heavy. If we flip it over, right, on the underside there's this panel with loads of little holes in, which is where the steam comes through. Somewhere inside there's going to be a leak. When they brought this in, they brought another one as well which had this panel off already, and there was a little hole underneath that needed to be welded up. We've taken most of the screws out on this. It's screwed on all the way around the edge. Managed to get all these screws out, but there are three in the middle which socket screws, and the sockets are kind of buggered, so they're going to have to be drilled out. So we'll get to doing those, and then we'll take the panel off and see what's underneath. Heck, that was loose. If we had a left-handed drill, I'm sure we could whiz that out. Well, it probably would have been easy to just drill this out, but I thought it might have been worth saving the thread in the piece. Don't know. Because once you drill the heads off, you pretty much got to drill out the piece that's left in there, the end of the remains of the screw. Actually, sometimes when you got the tension off of the head, the threaded part is not so tight anymore, but oh, I don't know. This is kind of turning, but you can see it moving sideways every time I'm hitting it with this little chisel. Oh, this is not happening, is it? That's a pain. That would have been handy to have had that come off of there. I wonder. We haven't really got any kind of recess in this screw, it's all completely mullered, but that is gonna, well, you can see it's coming out. That's crazy. We'll need a new screw, of course, but as I said, the thread in there might be okay, given one less thread that they'll need to repair. And the people who brought it in have got their own maintenance guys who can sort out these threads afterwards, whether it's drilling out old remains of old screws and retapping them or putting inserts in or whatever. They'll be able to do that. One of the outside ones left in. Get rid of that. There's nothing else holding this, is there? Mole grips on the head, I think, now. Yee. That's a pretty short screw. But last one holding the piece in. Ah, a little hole there. Wow. Yeah, that could be it. Tiny little pinhole. And I don't know what happens, whether it's, instead of steam coming through on demand through the centrepiece, whether it kind of leaks where they have these little holes. Quite strange. The other one we did, it was something similar, but it kind of looked like it was corrosion from the inside, and it was a little bit of an uneven hole. This almost looks like it's been drilled. But, okay, we'll clean that up. Hit it with a torch and see what happens. I wonder if we can get these out. Now the heads are off. Not a lot there to chisel. I think that's turning, not just chiseling metal away. Possibly a case where an easy out might actually work. Don't usually have very much success with those things, but you know what, I might try it on these. Yeah, let's try it. Oh. That's pretty good. Well, the easy outs work quite well on those screws. Smallest one in the set, 3mm hole drilled in the middle of the remaining bit of the screw, and yeah, worked a treat. So yeah, I was kind of wasting my time chiselling this one out. I should have done the same thing with that. I should have just drilled the head off, and yeah, once the head's off and the tension's off of the screw, the thread's actually not tight anymore. So yeah, easy out worked. Well, I'm calling them easy outs. I don't think it's, well, screw extractors. But yeah, they don't often work for me, but this time they worked good. So, well, I've just drilled this hole out, 4.2, and that's pretty thin there. So it's going to be interesting to try and weld that up. Brush all this crap away from it. Don't know if a hand brush would be good. That's a lot of corrosion on that. I might just rotary wire brush it. I think that's about it. I might put just a little spot more in the middle, slight little dip. I'll clean it up a bit first. That's pretty much it. I think that'll do the job. Right, just got to leak test this thing now, and we can do it by putting some compressed air in one of these fittings, just holding over the other one. Bit of soapy water over our repair. I see movement in here, but I don't think that's... I don't think there's any air coming through. I've got the best seal, but where I'm holding this gun in, it's leaking like a good one. No, our repair's good. All I've got to do now is clear the crap out of here. Get a screw left in that one. Now what the hell, what our problem? Reseal it all up and put their plate back on, and they'll be back in business.